Hello virtual boys and girls, Ryan for the VR Grid here, back with another side-by-side comparison, this time for NFL Pro Era. For this comparison, we're checking out the PSVR, PSVR 2, and Quest 2 versions of the game, and while I will have all three versions on display at one time, I've decided to do something a bit different and break it up, and only compare the PSVR 2 and Quest 2, and PSVR 2 and PSVR individually. As always, this is all in good fun, and I have a lot of fun making these things, and if you enjoy this sort of content, and haven't done so yet, please like and subscribe. I will once again be talking over this video, pausing and highlighting stuff you should take note of. And with all that out of the way, let's get to it. Alright guys, so right off the hop, check out the versions for each game. The Quest 2 version is running version 1.21, while both PSVR versions are running version 1.0, which probably factors into the issues I'll have later on in the video. Here's our opening scene. You can already see the resolution, the pixelation on the PSVR side of things. The Quest 2 has a little bit of a texture drop, but other than that, they're pretty close other than the screen in the background on the PSVR, which will come up again later in this video. Here we are. Once again, PSVR resolution kind of sucks. PSVR 2 looks really sharp, but for the most part, they all look good. Look at the screen though. PSVR version, there's no replay. No reason for it, and it'll come up a lot during this video. We are in training mode. You can see the details on the PSVR 2 version are just a bit sharper. They look more realistic as far as the folds and the clothing and stuff goes. The color palette's a bit lighter. It's not so much in the headset, it's just in the capture for some reason. I'm not sure why that is. I can't figure that out. But otherwise, you'll notice in the background there, the players in the background of the PSVR 2, or the PSVR version rather, they are blurrier. Anything outside of like 15 feet in front of you just looks blurry in the PSVR version, whereas the Quest 2 version looks surprisingly sharp. You may notice some frame drops in the Quest 2 version. During this video, that's just the Quest 2 version. This thing is pushing it to its max, and you can tell, whereas the PSVR 2 version, out of all three, is the smoothest and runs no problem. You also notice some general jankiness in the animations. These guys tend to follow some really scripted animations, so you'll see the same or different players performing the exact same action at the exact same time. It is what it is. Just some more comparison shots here from all three versions. Nothing too bad. All the versions look alright for what they are. Now we're doing PSVR and PSVR 2. You can see the PSVR version a little more clearly now, or rather not clearly because it's all blurry. Like I said, anything 15-20 feet away from you looks really, really blurry. Whereas the PSVR 2, the crowd looks super sharp. Even that distant crowd, and obviously the closer you get, the better it looks. Even the grass, pay attention to the grass, it looks surprisingly good in the PSVR 2. Once I noticed it, I couldn't believe how good it looked compared to their two versions. We are close up again. You can see the PSVR version, like I said, everything's just blurrier. Our funny animations, people stopping, starting, celebrating, doing the same thing, multiple players. It is what it is. That's across all three versions of the game, so not really a complaint. It just kind of needs to be cleaned up a bit more. I'm not sure how big the team is over here, but it definitely needs some polish across all the versions of the game. You see the screen there. PSVR 2 had a full replay. PSVR 1, just the scoreboard. Now we're on the Quest 2 and PSVR 2 versions. Quest 2 is very, very clear in the headset. Like I said, it does suffer from those frame drops. And the details in the texture quality and the crowd are dramatically reduced compared to the PSVR 2 version. You can see on the screen in the background there, it's full smooth animation on the PSVR 2 side, whereas the Quest 2 version, it's a little more janky. Kind of reminds me of Mario Kart 64, if you remember the replay screens in that. Kind of a deep cut at this point, but it is what it is. And yeah, just more side-by-side stuff here. Just kind of showing the differences. Like I said, the grass just looks so much more realistic on the PSVR 2 version. Even if you get close, it even looks like it's pointing up at you. It's surprisingly well done. And like I said, just more side-by-side stuff. Just have a look and see what's going on. And here's our Quest 2 PSVR 2 version once more. It's a kickoff. And here we'll see the scoreboard's a lot more clear here. There we go. Yeah, it's even the same player, number 9. And you watch behaviors, the characters all run around and do their own little weird thing. Here they go. Kind of funny to watch. One more kickoff here. There's our replay camera once more. But like I said, out of all the versions that are available, the Quest 2 version probably actually plays the best. For one reason I'll mention here in a bit, once we get to the end of this video. Here's our final 3 here. I'll pause the video right away. This is for the close-up of the crowd and the players. There we go. And you can see it looks pretty good. I mean, PSVR is naturally blurrier. PSVR 2 is by far the clearest. And the Quest 2, also very clear, but there's just that quality dump in just the textures and stuff. But it honestly looks really good, other than the fact that the performance can suffer. So I think we're up to the end here now. I'm going to show you guys the glitchiness that is the PSVR and PSVR 2 version. Oh, this is the touchdown first. Once again, sorry, you can see the touchdown. On the Quest to PSVR 2, there's a touchdown animation. Touchdown animation. On PSVR, nothing. Disappointing for sure for PSVR users, because there's no reason why it shouldn't be able to do that. Now here's our little jank factor here. You saw the PSVR version just fell out of my hand, the ball. In the PSVR 2 version, you can't throw anybody. I'll rewind it here in a second. Show you guys that again. Here's our touchdown one more time. So yeah, the PSVR 2 version suffers from a throwing mechanic where if you release the trigger, the ball does not release properly. It's been an issue since launch. They haven't fixed it, and it makes it incredibly frustrating to play on that headset. The PSVR 2 has a problem with the eye tracking being turned on. You actually have to go into the headset and turn the eye tracking off, not in the game, because otherwise a glitch happens that removes your target, your passing target, and you can't throw the ball. So it's really, really frustrating on both those versions. So hopefully they fix that soon. That's basically it, guys. That's my comparison video. If you guys like what I do here, please let me know what you want to see next. I'm trying to do my best. I really have fun making these things. They're quite difficult to make. So on that note, thank you guys so much for watching. That's it for this one. Have a good one.